Hey guys, Travis here on day one of the World Championships group stage here at the LA studio, joined by Sycho Sid of Vulcun. You just went up against the Koreans, and they seem pretty feisty. Sycho Sid, what was that like?
It was definitely a good experience. I'm surprised that we were ahead so much early. I believe it was like 5K gold, and then someone got caught. And we were actually thinking about banning Thresh too, just for those reasons. Like our team, we always get hooked. It's not the best look, and so that's what ended up happening. I believe Manclaw's was the first person who got hooked, and then later on, I was trying to clear mid, I got hooked. We just kept getting picked off, and it was just really good to experience how a good team like them could just come back from such a deficit.
Yeah, I mean, you guys definitely had the lead there early on. I feel like, do you think that means that perhaps the Koreans aren't as invincible as people might think they are, or do you think it's just like late game they're such monsters that still they're going to be these giant titans that it's going to be hard to take down?
I mean, I don't think they're invincible. We did realize or just like note before the game that the best time to strike Ozone would be early game, because we do notice that the early games aren't always the strongest. So that's exactly what we're trying to do, and we did pay that off. But it was like, again, it's like us kind of struggling against just for closing out games. But yeah, they could lose. Like we wanted to get like the win over them, so it was like, oh, we have a better record against Koreans than TSM.
Yeah. Yeah, so you still have a lot of opportunities because TSM still doesn't got it. So yeah, I mean, and I'm sure that you guys will have more opportunities going forward. But let's talk about your game against Fnatic, because that was an example of North America playing EU and doing very well against EU. And I feel like right now, like, there's pretty big rivalry between the two regions. Do you think that like your victory all came down to like that very beginning, whenever you had the 2-0, or what do you think was the deal there?
I mean, I definitely don't think it was like the whole entire reason we won. But sure, like if you give a team such an early lead, like their jungler falls behind, our bot lane has 2 kills. It's a snowball, or like a really good team should be able to snowball and win the game because of that. And like, I mean, I don't see the EU versus NA rivalry as like many fans may, but it was. I mean, it's satisfying, I guess, like because were they number 2 going in, or no? They won.
They were first seed from Europe.
Okay, but Lemon Dogs had the better record, right?
Lemon Dogs had the better record, but Fnatic finished first.
Yeah, I was actually really looking forward to play against Fnatic, especially because I wanted to test how my laning would be against Soaz, because I respect him a lot. He's a really
all-star, so
yeah, he's a really good one respawner, and I mean it's kind of unfortunate that our lane ended up being Nasus versus Yorick, because that's a really boring lane.
Yeah. No, it was very boring.
Yeah, I made some bad decisions that game. For the most part, I just farmed minions, but in essence, it was just me pushing. You know, I drew a couple people bot. I remember I pinged that bush in the bot lane, like the middle of bot lane. I was like, they're in there, I swear to God.
Yeah, no, that was amazing. That whenever for all the spectators watching, for people that don't remember, there was that part where it was 4 of them, I think, that were in the bush. Yeah. And we just saw you slowly pushing up, and it's like, dear God, no. Yeah. You sensed it, though, right?
Yeah, I was trying to like push as slow as possible, trying to like test their patience. Yeah. They're really patient. Yeah. It was I just kept pinging that bush, and then I hope the spectators could see it. And then, like, in the end, I'm like, okay, I'll just eat a face check it. And then we'll just say that I baited out their skills just so my team could.
They got the tower.
Yeah, they took all of top for it, and it was worth it. Like, they used multiple ultis on me.
Yeah. Hashtag worth in all chat afterwards?
No, that'd be a little too BM, but okay. I mean, in my mind, I was thinking it.
In your mind, you were BM.
Yeah.
Let's go with that. So obviously, you guys did that was kind of in my mind Mancloud's coming out party, right? Because so many people had talked about him being this like super dominant mid laner, and but he hadn't really been able to show that on the international level yet. And he seemed to do very well. What was it like for you, sort of being in that game? How do you feel with like Mancloud being this big celebrity and sort of having this opportunity to show it on the international stage? Do you think he's going to do well?
Yeah, he's definitely going to do well. Like, especially against Ozone, we were really surprised by their Rise pick, by the way, but it showed that he can go up against some of the best in the world. Like, Dade is really respected. Like, we banned out his Zed for a reason, and Mancloud did end up getting the kill on him first. I think that's all I have to say on that.
Skara actually said he felt like the Rise pick was like somewhat disrespectful, almost, or at least like extremely questionable. So he sort of felt the same way as you guys. Do you think that it was just something they were going for, like maybe new, or what was the deal there?
I'm actually not sure about that. Like, our first impression was we banned out, or like together we just banned out a lot of what Dottie plays, especially the Z pick, and then as a fallback champion was Rise, because I think it was last OGN, he really did play a really good Rise, like before the Rise nerfs. So, I mean, it's probably just a comfort pick. I don't know if it's much of a disrespect or not.
All right, so you guys are in Group B. By the way, in an interview with me earlier, Xpecial said he was confident you guys would make it out. So, do you feel the same confidence that Xpecial does?
Yeah, we're definitely really confident. Especially, all we have to do to like advance, in our opinion, is like beat the Euros. Like, okay. I mean, like, well, I'm not looking down on Mineski as well, but like if Gambit like destroyed Mineski and we destroyed Gambit, we should be able to destroy Mineski. You know, that kind of causation effect.
You just have to keep ahead of the curve.
Yeah, exactly. And we do feel confident. Like, we prepared really well. We may have had some slumps in the practices, but we started picking it up.
So, Double Lift, who's doing the analysis stuff right now on the screen, earlier he said that the big thing that's going to come down for is if you guys can avoid the temptation of being Vulcun throw bargains. Are you going to be able to avoid the temptation? Because in that last game, you know, I mean, obviously Samsung Ozone played very well, but it did seem like there was a bit of bargaining happening on the throwing side. Are you guys going to be able to avoid that?
Yeah, that was only strike one. You know, like 2 more throws and we're out, obviously. But I think we learned a lot from that game in general, just like how to not throw a game. Another part, you know, how to not throw a game 101, and we failed that class. But like tomorrow we'll pass.
Yeah, tomorrow you will pass. I gotta say, it's really cool to see this international stuff. Just sort of as we wind this up. You said you learned so much from playing them. Would you just like to see like more international stuff going forward, or is this like a kind of a cool opportunity for you?
I mean, the whole experience is just amazing. Just being able to test our, because like throughout the past year, like all we've had to do was play against the same top laners, just the same teams in general. Like, I feel like I've been
and you dominate all of them, right?
Yeah, especially against Zandsparn. You know, we're like one hit away. You know, but it's all calculated, and it's just, going back on my point, it's really nice just to be able to go against all the international teams, just see how the other top laners play and just what champions they play in general.
Shoutouts, plugs, anything you want to say to your legions of adoring Sycho Sid fans?
Okay, first off, I love you guys. And, well, that's all I'll say, I guess. But for our sponsors, it'll be like with Tech Bargains, I Buy Power, PWRclothing.com, NOS, and Razor, and also Law Classes are our newest one. And to Mark and Travis, of course.
Thank you. Mark King, of course, being the video producer, the guy that presses record and then just presses record.
And the girl back there that keeps, like, throwing her hands around trying to, like, mess with my thing. And then the Erica trolling me. People there. Everyone's mean.
Yeah. I don't know what's
Except for you guys, of course. Yeah.
So it's just Travis and Mark King in a sea of awful people. Is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, you guys are, like...
That's how I view the world.
You're the little pebbles of gold among coal.
I really want that to be the Reddit headline.
I really just made that up, you know, just I'm just full of lines.
Yeah. No, that's really good. And that's why you should be a Sycho Sid fan, because this guy says I'm a pebble of gold amongst coal. And really, that's, listen, that's 100% the case. I don't want to make this too personal right now, but I just want to say, I like that you called that, okay, because that's how this world works. Thank you so much for the interview. Best of luck. Please, let's see some no throw bargains against the next Korean team that you have to play, or against the next game. Yeah. Let's make it happen. Because you know what? Good. TSM Vulcun World Finals, Staples Center.
Sounds good. Yeah.
You guys can check out the rest of our coverage of Worlds and all things League of Legends esports at GameSpot.com/esports.